Okay, so right now I am starting to lay out the brake parts. So my dad starting to lay out the brake parts because I have to go make a run to the Automobile Club of Southern California to go get my international license for trip to Italy. So this is what I need from you, Dad. Basically go through all these boxes and make sure that stuff is set up left side to right side. As we saw yesterday, the calipers in that box over there, the one that we pulled out, had a little bit of like corrosion on it. Mm-hmm. So we'll want to try to take and scuff that up and clean it up. We might paint those when I get back because that black paint that I have is a high heat paint. We might just paint those. We also need to look if the steering knuckle for the tie rod attachment came. If not, I have a pair that are attached to the old steering knuckles that we'll have to break off and clean up and so on and so forth. But for right now, just want to kind of get this stuff separated and organized, so we know what we're working with, and then when I get back, we'll get started on this thing.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that took like no time at all. I was in and out in about 30 minutes. So now we get to go see what we're looking at with the car. All right. The sun is super harsh right now, so may be a challenge on the camera for a little bit. We shall see. Try to brighten that up a little bit. All right, we got a little bit of separation. Oh, those are some nice rotors. Wasn't expecting that. I'm uncovering the car a little bit here. Now, I am definitely not seeing the steering arm that bolts to the caliper, so I'm gonna have to go through the old parts and we're gonna have to clean those up. So this is the guy we're looking for, is that bolts to the back of the spindle. There's one for each side. The other one is actually in another box, so I'm gonna have to pull this out and try to get this all separated. Hopefully we'll have some luck. Okay, now got the steering knuckles, got this one broke loose.
Mitchell, we might be chasing our tail.
Got that one.
See the bolts that came with the...
Oh, well, then we don't need to worry about that hardware store run I was about to send you on.
Oh, well, then okay.
So that's cool. I'm good with that. And then, so we gotta clean those up. I gotta separate this tie rod end from it before we can finish cleaning that up, because we gotta get those cleaned up before that, because those all get sandwiched together like this piece, where the steering arm goes on the back and it sandwiches the backing plate, the caliper bracket and all that, but on that fresh piece. One of them knocked off again. Alright, looks like we might have to... Everything looks pretty well seized on there. Well, this is gonna be an adventure. Explain this here.
I was gonna say,
so the steering knuckle, we finally got the ball joint out of it, or disconnected. Well, tie rod end, right?
Yeah.
Tie rod end. Because this thing was seized in here in the bottom, and basically took the reciprocating saw, hacked off the bottom, and then we drilled out with a couple drills, and then finally a taper drill or a step drill, you know, the good old like, hey, I'm stuck, what are you doing, step drill bit kind of thing, but enough to where it took all the pressure off of the center of it, and then we were able to hammer it out from the top, and now we can get moving again. Yay! I heard you giggling.
Yeah, I got the wire brush on the nuts of the bolts and spun them off.
So,
that was kind of funny.
Trick question. Well, not really a trick question. One thing is that these two bolts are two different lengths.
Okay, one's for your front, one's for your back.
One's for the front, one's for the front, one's for the back. And it looks like the back one is longer. Which the calipers are still drying, but that's okay.
Yeah, you're not in any real hurry to put those on anyway.
Yeah, we're all right there. Now this is looking, I mean, this is awesome. This is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Dad?
Looks good.
So obviously got to snug these down. Then you got to bend the tabs on that. And hopefully we'll be able to do the next side soon. I've got some paint to dry.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that exciting?
Oh, yeah, God. That's my favorite thing to do is watch paint dry.
Yeah. So just got our shipment from Classic Industries. There's a couple just simple pieces that we need. First thing are the nuts for the subframe. So that can be done. And we got it. Then we've got our OER clutch and brake assembly. So when you're going to manual, you kind of need clutch. So that'll be that. And then the new car cover, since I ruined the old car cover. But here's what I'm kind of thinking realistically on this, is that we'll probably just get the front done to the point where we hang the calipers and get the calipers on, and then I gotta get the other steering knuckle on this side, but then just tighten down the caliper bracket and the backing plate brackets, all that stuff, get all that stuff tight on there, because we've got the rack and pinion coming. That's going to be a couple weeks. That'll probably get here when I leave on Monday, or after I leave on Monday, so while I'm gone, because I'm going to have more work I need to do and possibly move things around underneath for doing that rack and pinion, because it comes with the sway bar kit too, and we also have the steering column that comes in with that as well.
What kind of steering column did you get?
I think it's an I Did It steering column, but it comes with that.
For a long time too.
Yeah. The advantage is it comes with everything to where you can wire in turn signals and have a switch and everything with that. Wind's starting to pick up. We're expecting some rain tonight, so I don't want to work too late and then be in a bad spot. So I actually want to kind of get that stuff finished up, so then we can focus on really wrapping this thing up nice and tight so it's shielded from the rain, since it won't be touched for a couple weeks. But then that steering column too that comes with the kit, I believe it is a ready for paint steering column, not a polished, which I could care less either way. But we'll have to consider steering wheel options and stuff like that a little bit down the road. But
oh, you gotta have a custom wheel. It's just, you gotta. It's a hot rod. I mean, you gotta have a custom wheel.
you gotta have a wheel that you can use. So that's the most important part. But we'll figure that out later. But get this stuff buttoned up here and start cleaning up.
Only drawback to the gear wrenches is that you've got to flip the wrench, which with the older ones that are reversible you have the little lever.
Yeah, I mean, I like those. I mean, but these were affordable.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get that, but I bought the gear wrench stuff before it got absolutely ape shit crazy.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. So if I fall, I know I can get myself back up.
Won't need to worry about life alert for you, Dad.
Yeah, no, not so much.
Okay, that feels good. Let's tap those tabs down. And then for now, I'm just going to put these up in place. Slides in. That slides through. Get that there.
Why does it seem like there's something missing besides the rotor?
I don't know what to tell you, Dad.
Yeah, I can't either. I guess I'm just so used to, the rotor being there. And
Yeah. Would you get me that Allen?
mm-hmm.
So right now, we're just gonna put these in place, and then we're gonna wrap up everything else nice, because putting everything else on the car and then probably having to take it off for more front end work coming in with the rag and pinion and the sway bar and all that stuff. I don't want to have to worry about that, and so I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but extremely happy with getting this far. And then we're gonna have to really wrap up the car pretty good for the rain coming. So I got an extra tarp. We have that fresh car cover, and then I can actually spend some time actually cleaning up after myself in the garage, make some room for our little portable sauna so it's not sitting out as well, but a little bit at a time, right? So then tonight we might go check out a car collection.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, so
That'd be fun.
that could be fun.
I haven't done that in a while.
It's been a little bit.